Hi everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. I have another Back to Cake Basics episode for you today, and I'll show you how to make my chocolate sponge cake. Now I have a classic sponge cake recipe up on my channel, and the number one question I get asked is, how do I make a chocolate version of this? So today I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make. One thing to keep in mind when working with sponge cake is that it's really light and fluffy and airy, but it has almost no moisture. So this is a great cake recipe option if you want to fill your cake with fruit preserves, a creamy custard, or you want to soak those layers generously with like a liqueur or a chocolate. The sponge cake will absorb it, and then it'll be delicious and moist. Now, if you're looking just for an incredible chocolate cake that's fudgy, rich, and moist, check out my best chocolate cake recipe. I'll leave a link down in the video description box below. Meanwhile, let's get started on this sponge cake. I'm going to start things off with my eggs. I have 6 large eggs. I'm going to place them into my stand mixer bowl and add 3/4 cup of white granulated sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And now this next step is super crucial for making a sponge cake. You want to get those eggs really light and fluffy and voluminous because that's what's going to give this sponge cake body and volume. So I'm going to whisk mine on high speed for about 7 to 9 minutes until they're thick, pale, and ribbon off my whisk. Moving on to the dry ingredients, I have 1 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour. To that I'll add 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/3 cup of cocoa powder. And I wanted to make a note that this is the brand I'm using, Hershey's Special Dark. It gives the cake a really rich chocolatey flavor. My eggs are done whisking, and this is the consistency you will be going for. You want it to kind of ribbon off of your whisk, be really fluffy, pale in color, and now we're ready to add our dry ingredients. The dry ingredients need to be added in small increments, so I usually add about 1/2 cup at a time. You want to use a sifter to make sure that you don't get any of those clumps in your batter. And then grab a spatula, and we're going to gently fold the dry ingredients into the batter, scraping from the bottom of the bowl to bring up all those ingredients and make sure that everything gets incorporated. You want to do this process very gently but thoroughly, and it's going to take a little bit of time to add these ingredients slowly, but this method will keep the eggs really light and fluffy, and they'll retain their volume. To intensify that chocolate flavor and really bring out those sweet notes, I like to add some coffee into my cake. So I have 1 tablespoon of instant coffee. I'm going to dissolve that with 1 tablespoon of hot water. Just give that a stir, and then once that's dissolved, I'm just going to pour that into my batter. In goes my coffee. And for the final ingredient, I've melted 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, and I'm going to pour that in. Once you add in the butter, just give it a few nice folds. You don't want to mix it for too long, otherwise the butter, just the weight of the fat, will start deflating the eggs. I've prepared 2 8-inch cake rounds. I've just lined the bottom with parchment paper. I didn't grease the sides. You want to leave the sides ungreased. And I'm going to divide my batter evenly between the 2 pans. Now the reason I don't grease the sides of my baking pans is to allow the cakes to get the most volume and height. When you do grease the sides, the cake will kind of pull away, and then it'll dome towards the center, and then it's not really flat and even, and it doesn't look the best. So if you want the best sponge cake, don't grease the sides of your pan. Now I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. These layers will bake for about 18 to 20 minutes. You could check for the doneness either by inserting a toothpick, or you could just tap the surface of the sponge cake, and when it springs back, you know it's time to take it out of the oven. And as soon as you take your cake layers out of the oven, place them onto a cooling rack, and then grab a sharp knife and run it along the edge of the cake to release it from the pan, and then just let it cool down completely. I let my sponge cake cool completely, and I'm going to cut it open so you guys can see what it looks like on the inside. And I like to use a sharp serrated knife to make the cleanest cut. And check that out, has lots of little air pockets. It's a really light and fluffy cake. It's not dense by any means. It's going to be great for absorbing some fruit preserve, some cream, or some liqueur. And I don't want these chocolate sponge cake layers to go to waste, so I'm going to show you guys a really quick recipe. I have some blueberry preserves here. I'm going to spread them onto that cake layer. Again, the sponge cake is a great vessel for absorbing liquids. This blueberry preserve just sinks right in. Add a little bit of German frosting. That's my custard cream frosting. top that off with my second layer. And this one, I'm going to add some chocolate ganache. And that sinks right into the cake. And then I'll just frost the top and sides of this cake as well. And I'll add a little bit of chocolate ganache to the top. You can't have a chocolate cake without some chocolate ganache. Just nudge it over the center to create those little drips. And then I'll garnish the top with a little bit of whipped cream and chocolates. And now I want to cut into this cake so you guys could see what it looks like on the inside. And this chocolate sponge cake looks absolutely heavenly. It looks really rich and chocolatey. Can't wait to dig in and enjoy this simple cake. And that's it for my simple chocolate sponge cake recipe. I'm going to dig in and give this a try. I haven't tried this combination before with the German buttercream and the blueberry preserves, but that's what I love about this sponge cake is it's so versatile. You can really use it for any type of filling. This chocolate cake is just so light and fluffy, yet it's so chocolate. And I know that sounds contradictory because usually chocolate cakes are really rich and dense and kind of fudgy, and this is complete opposite of that, but it still has that rich chocolate flavor, and that's also helped along with that chocolate ganache that I added onto the cake layers. If you're looking for an incredible chocolate cake recipe, head down into my video description box. I have a link there that'll take you over to my blog. You can print this recipe off, save it for yourself for later, and of course share it with all your family and friends. I'm really excited to see what you guys do with this chocolate sponge cake recipe. If you do make it, you can always tag me on Instagram with Tatyana's Everyday Food. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time with another recipe.